Hi guys, welcome to another video and welcome to my channel. And today we're gonna look at a couple more products from SHEGLAM. Maybe you saw my video a couple weeks ago, a while ago, that I made about some of the SHEGLAM products. Today I decided to try a couple more products in this video. I actually have quite a lot because, I don't know, I just wanted to try more products. So, I actually think this video will be a combination of couple looks because I won't be able to use everything in one look, and I also want to give you a proper review. I'm first gonna show you what I have and kind of what we're gonna work with. I saw this Chroma Zone eyeshadow palette. They have like highlighters and blushes in this collection as well, and they had two of these smaller palettes. They kind of look very like space themed, or like, you know, kind of futuristic, and they had two of these palettes, and I decided to go for this orange browny greeny one, or like blue one. I don't remember how the other one looked like, but I know I wasn't as interested in it, and I want to try it. I've already swatched it and I really like the swatches. The matte seems amazing and the shimmers felt amazing too, except of this one, which in the pen it seems like a multi-chrome from like purple to like turquoisey color, but when I was swatching it, it barely showed anything. It was very like not pigmented and almost transparent, but we're gonna try it today. This palette has 8 shades. I like it more when the eyeshadow palette has a little bit less of product, because honestly, unless you have only like 1 or 2 palettes and you use them every single day and you create the same look every single day, you're not gonna go through those palettes very quickly. So I prefer when they're smaller. This palette is quite heavy. It's quite big actually. It doesn't have mirror because this is like see-through, but it's pretty thick. I hope you can see that. Then we have eyebrow products. So I have this set. It's called So a Browsing Brow Kit. It has like a brow pencil with a pen on it. It has like 2 sides. One is pen, one is pencil. And then it has like a brow gel. I actually have 2 of these pens because I also wanted to try their like single product, and I didn't realize that this pen is the same one, so I have it twice. So I hope I'm gonna like it. Then I have this Set Me Up brow gel, which is like a clear gel. This one I think is colored. So we're gonna try this set today and this gel with the pencil tomorrow. Then I have the Sunsculpt Liquid Contour. Then I have 2 products from the Tim Burton's Corpse Bride collection. So I have like highlighter and a lipstick because that looked cool and I like spooky makeup, so I had to pick that up. Then I have another highlighter. This is like a powder highlighter because I have the liquid highlighter, so I wanted to try the powder one from this collection. Then I have another highlighter. This one is from the same kind of collection that I had before, but this is in the different shade. This one is like more goldy, peachy color. And then I also wanted to try their Jelly Wow Hydrating Lip Oil, because I've been really into lip oils. So we're gonna try a couple of the things today and we're gonna leave the rest for tomorrow, and maybe I'm gonna do third look where I'm just gonna try some of the products because I have 3 highlighters, so that means at least 3 looks. And I think I'm gonna do at least 2 looks with this palette. I've just finished with my skincare. Also, sorry if you hear some kind of noise, there's like things happening outside, but I've just done my skincare, and firstly I always do brows, so we'll try the brow products. So as I said, the pencil has two sides. It's actually a really nice pen, like it's pretty easy to carry, easy to hold. This one is in the shade Taupe, I believe, and one side is like a little pencil, and the other side is a like brush tip, like calligraphy brush with individual hairs in it. And I think the brush part is darker than the pen or like the pencil. So we're gonna start with the pencil. Also, I like to first draw the brows and then put the gel on. Some people like to start with the gel, so that's just to clarify what we're doing. Okay. It's quite easy to draw with. What I'm gonna say, I didn't really know if this color will fit, because as I said, this is the shade Taupe, and I wasn't really sure if it's gonna be, usually Taupe for me should be a little bit more like cool toned, like grayish, but this one feels and looks pretty brown, like soft brown color, so I don't know. Now we're gonna try the pen. So I think you can see that it's darker than the other side. It's quite easy to draw with it, and I feel like because it's like calligraphy pen, like it has individual little hair, like synthetic hairs, I feel like it's not gonna dry out as quickly as if it was like a felt tip liner, and you can do really precise small strokes with it. Okay, so this is the brows done with the pencil, and now we're gonna use the brow gel. It has pretty long like brush. I like the applicator, and it is colored. Let's see how much hold it's gonna get. I really like when the brush can actually properly like coat each of the brow hair. I don't feel like I'm putting a lot of product on the brows. It feels very natural, which is good. I hate when I have like glued, when it looks like I've glued my eyebrows together. This one feels very natural. It feels very lightweight, like you don't feel it when you put it on. And the hair don't seem to be like glued together or like too sticky. It just kind of puts them in place. I don't know how well it's gonna hold them. You know, usually if it's not very sticky, it's just more like coating the hairs and not really putting them in place. But I don't really mind it. I think I would have more problems if it was too sticky and just like, you know, laminating your brows. I like them to look fluffy, if that makes sense. And I really like how they look. And I think this is pretty good match to my hair, I think. I will update you tomorrow if they lasted well, but I'm not going through like waterfalls with my brows, so I'm not gonna test how well it like lasts in different conditions. I'm just trying to see if it's gonna last a normal day with me going around and, you know, working and stuff like that. So that's the brows. Now we're gonna go to the eyes. I always do my eyes afterwards. So let me put on some eye base. This is the Beauty Bay one. I use it pretty much in every single of my videos because it just works the best. for me right now. So I'm definitely gonna use this last shade to deepen things up, but we're gonna start with this shade, which is like a pretty dark brown. We're gonna use that in the crease. I might even soften the crease with this like army green shade just in the first third of my eye. Then we're gonna deepen it up with this, and then I wanna try to use this like multi-chrome shade all over my lid, see if it's gonna do something. I like the other shimmers. When I was swatching them, they felt really good, and they felt like they're gonna have proper pigment and they're gonna be shiny. But this one, I don't know. It didn't swatch very good, so we'll see how it's gonna look on the eye. Obviously, the swatches don't mean anything. Sometimes palettes swatch really well and they're not good, and sometimes they don't really swatch that well and they're amazing. So I'm just putting the darker brown color on my eyes, and that's pretty dark, and it seems pretty pigmented. It's blending out quite nicely. There's a little bit kick up in the pan, like there is a little bit of powder there, but honestly that happens with majority of eyeshadows, and this was very inexpensive eyeshadow, so I wouldn't expect anything else, but it's not a lot of kick ups. Okay, so I've done the second eye off camera, and I think it looks really good. When I was doing the second eye, I noticed that when you're blending out the eyeshadow, it loses a little bit of a pigment, so you have to go over that place and like build the eyeshadow back up on the places that you want it to be like a little bit more darker. I've been able to blend it out pretty well, so I'm not complaining at all. We're gonna go in with this green one, that like khaki green, just in the first third of my eye, because I don't want it to be that dark in the beginning of the eye. Obviously you could leave it without any eyeshadow, that way you would have even more contrast, but I just want to go in with the green. And also the brown color, I like green colors, and I like that this brown looks a little bit more green on the eyes. It looks like a very deep browned green. I don't know if that makes sense, kind of like olivey, really dark olive color. This was really easy to blend out, and it's very nice and very easy to like manipulate with. You can deepen it up where you want to, and you can also like soften the edges where you want to. So this is how it looks so far. Now we're gonna deepen the outer corner with this. It's like black that has like blue and purple shimmer in it, but it's like satin color, which is pretty nice because you can deepen up the outer corner, and also the little bit of sparkle in it will help to merge the shimmer that we're gonna put on the lid with the rest of the eye look. So I pretty much like that. This is the only time where I like the mattes to have some sparkle in it and be like more satiny. Only these really dark mattes. The rest, no, I have no use for that. But when they're like this, when it's like the darkest shade or one of the darker shades, I pretty much enjoy that. So I'm taking this small Morphe brush. I have no clue what type this is. It was just in some kind of set, but it's from Morphe, and I like it because it's small and it's really easy to like get into these small crevices and small areas. And we're just gonna deepen it up a little bit. I think you would have to pack it on with like a flat brush to get some of the sparkles out of it. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Let me do the other eye. Okay, so I finished the other eye, and I put the same shades on my lower lash line. I've put this greeny one in the like first half, and then this darker one on the other half. And now we're gonna try this like purple to turquoise color. Also this shimmer, it just feels more, it doesn't have any texture in the pen. Like the other shimmers, you can see that there is like texture in them, which usually says that they're gonna be quite sparkly, but this one is just very flat. On the brush it looks quite sparkly, so I don't know, we'll see what's gonna happen. Okay, so there is a little bit of sparkle, but it is quite sheer. The good thing is that it doesn't feel like sticky or oily. Sometimes multichromes or like these more shifty shadows, the brands make them very oily, very like emollient, and that for me isn't the best way to go because I have pretty oily eyelids, so I prefer if the shimmers are a little bit more drier. Okay, so I was able to kind of somehow build it up, but it doesn't feel very sparkly. I'm gonna try to use my finger and see if maybe it's gonna be better. I feel like there's not really anything happening when I'm trying to press more shadow in with my finger. I feel like it doesn't really work, so I guess this is as good as we're gonna get with this eyeshadow. I mean, it's pretty. It's like cool toned green, like a little bit of blue when you like when you move. I don't see the purple in there, but so far I'm not that impressed with this kind of more like multi-chrome shade. I don't know if it's supposed to be multi-chrome, but in the pen like it shifts colors, so I would assume that it's supposed to be at least like duochrome. I don't know, it's a weird texture and it's kind of hard to pick it up, so I don't really know. I'm trying to like scrape it with the brush, but it's a very like soft formula and it doesn't want to adhere to anything really. Okay, so now I was able to scrape up some of the eyeshadow with my like brush. I had to really force the brush into the shade, but into the pen, but I feel like now I'm getting a little bit more product and it's a little bit more sparkly and a little bit more pigmented. It's still not shifty, like it still has the same color that that is on the other eye, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit more sparkle and a little bit more pigment here. So maybe it just needed to, you just need to break the top layer apart, because it had this like geometrical pattern on it that was in like a purple color, and it was sprayed over it or like painted over it, I don't know. And obviously immediately as you would swatch it, the color would disappear. But maybe I'm starting to think that they've like sprayed it with something and that made it kind of harder to pick up. Now it's a little bit easier when I like broke the top layer apart. And I feel like it's quite sparkly. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but from here it's a little bit more sparkly than it was before. It's not, I mean, it's not the most sparkly formula, but it's also, before that it looked pretty like satiny, so now I'm a little bit more happy with what we've got. Now that we have this on, I'm just gonna use this like whitey shimmer shade in my inner corner. Okay, it's quite silvery, which I don't think will work with the oranges that very well, so I might use something else with the oranges tomorrow, but with the blue shades it works nicely. And this one is definitely very like sparkly formula. Okay, so this is the finished look. using this palette. I quite like it. It's not as sparkly as I would want it to be, but it's pretty wet looking, so I'm okay with that. I definitely would have more problems if it was like satin, which it isn't. It's more like, it's pretty wet looking, so I like that. And I will definitely try this palette again tomorrow. Then I just went in and put this white eyeliner from Essence in my waterline. And I am using this Rimmel London Thrill Seeker mascara. And then from Rimmel, this Lasting Radiance concealer. I'm almost out of it, but yeah, I've just used a little bit on my under eye area. And that's all we have on. Now let's go for this Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour. I've actually never really used liquid contour. I had one powder contour, and I don't really use that either. This one is in the shade Soft Tan, and when I was swatching it, it was pretty cool toned. It was pretty gray, which I think it's supposed to be. It's in this packaging, the same one that the highlighters and the liquid blushes come from, and this one has the same applicator as the liquid blushes. And I feel like you can see that it's pretty grayish. So I will try to apply it. I hope I'm gonna get it right, because I've never used this kind of product. And I feel like the contour, I have like shadow here naturally, so I feel like that's where I'm gonna put it. So we're gonna start with like 2 little dots here, and I'm gonna blend it out with my fingers, I think. So this one, it's the same like formula, or like the same texture as the liquid blush. It's pretty easy to spread with your finger, and it's really easy to blend out. And I feel like it's not too opaque, like it's buildable, which I like, because as I said, I just don't use these things very often. I just wanted to try it. I don't know, did it do anything? I don't really want to use a lot, because first of all, I don't wear any foundation, and I won't be wearing any foundation today, and I just don't want to go overboard, because as I said, I'm trying it today, so I don't want to look crazy. But it's just a very soft shadow, and I'm all about that. Now let's go for blush. I don't have any new blush, so I'm gonna use some of the older ones. I'm gonna use this palette. This is the Sweet Cheeks Blush Trio palette in the shade, or in the version Private Cabana. And I'm gonna use what am I gonna use? Feel like I'm gonna use the darker shade, because it's kind of like more cooler toned, and obviously we have a little bit more cooler toned colors on. And now we're gonna do a highlighter, and it's gonna be this Corpse Bride highlighter. It's called Beaming Butterfly Highlighter, and I think they only have one shade from this collection. So it has this like changing packaging, and then it has this beautiful, I don't know if you can actually see, yeah, it has like a little butterflies in the actual highlighter, and it has blue sheen to it. So this one is a blue highlighter, which I'm very happy, because I don't have a lot of colorful highlighters. I have one that's like lavender-ish, one that's like turquoisey or like teal color, and I wanted to have this blue one. Let's see. When I swatched it on the hand, it was very, very blue. Yeah, that has a lot of blue sheen. I don't know if you can see it, but it has very distinctive blue sheen to it. But it's not like you don't look like disco ball, you know, it's not, it's just a little bit of a sheen. I think it looks still pretty natural. Like when I look straight, you don't see anything. Yeah, it's very cute. And it's very easy to use, there's no like fallout, which is very nice. So yeah, so far so good. This one is definitely very pretty, and I love the packaging. Like, this is so cute. This is exactly what I like, you know, cute packaging, cute products, all that. And now the last product for today will be, again, from the same collection. This is their Everlasting Love liquid lipstick. It's in the shade Emily, and it's like kind of warmer pink color that looks pretty neutral. It's pretty close, or at least from the swatches it looked that it's gonna be pretty close to my natural lip color. I don't really wear like loud lipsticks. This one smells very perfumey, so we'll see. Yeah, this is very close to my lip color. Okay, so the texture is extremely comfortable. While you're putting it on, it doesn't feel like anything. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any product on your lips. It's so smooth. It seems very like bright out of the tube, but then once it's like drying out, which now it's drying, it becomes matte and not as loud. And I feel like you can see that it's very, very close to my lip color, which I'm genuinely like, that's exactly what I wanted. I don't like loud lipsticks. It was really easy to put on. It has a very small applicator, and I like that. It's just like a little stick. I like that because I have very small lips, so for me, like, big applicators just don't work. I need something very small and precise. I didn't use any lip liner. I've just put it on, and I think it's already drying. I feel like it's like a minute or two, and now it's completely dry. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing on the hand. It's completely dry. So it works. It's definitely like matte liquid lipstick. It feels very, I don't know how to say that, like very satiny, very, very soft, very pillowy. There's no transfer. And I really like this color. It's a very just like cute, sweet color. Not too bright, not too crazy. Yeah, I like this. I think I liked everything that I've tried so far. Obviously, I have a couple opinions about the shimmer shade that I have on right now, but apart from that, I really, really like these products. The lipstick feels amazing. This is really good. I like the brow products, and I'm pretty particular about my brows, so yeah, very, very happy. So yeah, this is the finished look. Let me know if you like it. Hi, and welcome back. So this is the second day of me shooting this video. So let's start with the brows. I've already used this pen today to kind of fill my brows. It's the same one that I used yesterday, and it's really good. The brows lasted all day, they didn't move. It looked okay. It's a very good pencil. I had no problems with it, and I really like the way they look. And I think I was able to get color that's very close to my hair color, so it's not too mismatched. And the pencil part, really easy to draw with, very nice to do like the soft hairs in the beginning of the brow. And the brush tip applicator, it's very easy to just draw the hair. The gel that we used yesterday, it was pretty okay too. The brows didn't move. It was put in place, but it didn't felt heavy. It didn't felt like sticky, or it didn't felt hard or anything like that. It was very it's a very nice brow gel that I would recommend. Then what else did we try? As for the palette, it lasted pretty well. I had to, somewhere in the afternoon, I had to like tap the lid shimmer back into place because it started to crease on me, but I have pretty oily eyelids and that happens kind of often, so you had to just like tap it with your finger and it was okay. You would be able, you are able to move it back in place, so I wasn't that concerned about it. The mats lasted all day, they didn't move, so yeah, I'm definitely going to try it today again. Then the highlighter, it was okay, it looked really nice and it lasted for a while. Obviously it's powder highlighter, so it's gonna fade away a little bit, but it was pretty okay. For the contour, it lasted on me. I didn't try to like really do something crazy, but it lasted on the skin and it didn't do anything that it shouldn't do, so it's okay, I guess. And then what else do we have? Oh yeah, this lipstick. Really like the lipstick. It lasted on me for a couple hours. I've put it on in the morning and it lasted throughout the lunch, and I think I had to reapply it around like afternoon snack time, so like I don't know, 4 in the afternoon. So it lasted for a really long time, but obviously it's a very similar shade to my natural lip color, so you won't see it fading as quickly as if it was this, some kind of crazy color. So this one is really nice, and I think as far as lipsticks go, I usually don't wear them on days where I'm working or when I'm at school because I have to reapply them and I don't have the time or the energy to check my lips every couple minutes to see if something didn't smudge or something like that. So I think this one might be the one that I'm gonna be taking with me because I know that this one can last for a while, and even if it started to fade out, it's so close to my lip color that I don't have to worry about it that much. So this one I'm very surprised and I'm very happy about that one. Today we're gonna play again with the eyeshadow palette. Then we're gonna play with this Chroma Glow Bloom liquid highlighter in the shade Solar Flare because it's kind of orangey, and we're gonna use the orange colors in the palette. Then we're gonna use this Set Me Up brow gel that we're gonna use right now, just to see if it's just as good as the other brow gel. This one is clear and it has very interesting brush, so this is how it looks like. And the brush, it's kind of like a paddle, and it has like very small teeth at one side that are like very close together, and then the other side has like longer teeth that are more far away from each other. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but we're gonna try it. And I guess I'm gonna try the longer side first. I feel like the shorter side is better for the beginning of the brows, and then the longer side is better for the end and like the middle of the brow. But I have pretty long brow hairs. It's kind of weird to use it because I've never seen brow gel like this, or like the applicator to look like this. It brushes the hair, I can definitely feel it brushing through. It feels like it's coating them. So apart from the fact that it's very unusual shape, I feel like it's gonna be very nice to use. Again, doesn't feel heavy, it's more like jelly consistency. It's not too sticky, in my opinion. And yeah, it feels good on the brows. We'll see how it's gonna hold up. Now, I also wanna try this Jelly Wow Hydrating Lip Oil. I've been really into lip oils lately. I have one from Colourpop and a couple more coming. They're on their way. And then I'm also trying one from Essence. So this is gonna be like a third brand that I'm trying, that it's like in this green packaging. It has very interesting applicator. It's like very big and it's like this, I don't know even how to say that. It's like pretty big foot of an applicator. It's not as runny as the Colourpop lip oils are, in case you've tried those. Those are very like light oil. This feels like a very light lip balm, like a very light texture lip balm. I don't really know how to use this applicator on my small lips. Okay, so it feels very hydrating. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel sticky. It's not as oily as classical like lip balms or like lip oils. It feels very fresh. On the lips, it's kind of a hybrid between gel and very light lip balm. The only thing for me is that the applicator is a little bit too big, or maybe just too round, but that's just me. So now we can go into the eyeshadow. As I said, we're gonna be using the oranges here. So we're gonna start with this. It's kind of like yellowy, orangey, kind of mustardy color. Okay, so this one applies amazingly. It's so smooth. I've noticed that when I was swatching it as well. Like, it's such a smooth matte shade. And it's a very nice color. It's like almost pastel-y, orangey yellow. Very like warm, sweet color. I don't know how to explain this color, but it's very nice. And I don't think I have a shade like this exactly. And I really like it. Okay, so I really like this color. And I think I'm gonna try the darkest color, so it's gonna be this deep brown one. Because I wanna have some kind of depth in the outer corner. And I feel like this one, it's not too dark. We're just doing a little bit more of a wing shape. I finished the other eye and I also put the orange under my eye. And now I've used this NYX glitter primer on my eyelids. And we're gonna use both of these shimmer shades. We're gonna start with this one because it's darker, and then we're gonna use this one in the like beginning of the eye and probably in the inner corner as well. Yeah, this one is definitely a lot more sparklier than the multi-chrome shade that we used yesterday. So we're gonna use it kind of in the middle and outer part of the eye, and we're gonna connect the deep brown with the orange. Let's see if there's any difference. So they're both very sparkly. They're pretty easy to pick up with the brush. I don't experience any like fallout in the pan. They're very similar in color. This one that I have in the front is a little bit more yellow based, or like golden yellow. The other one has a little bit more like rusty orangey color in it, but not too much. Like, it's very similar looking. Okay, so this is the finished look. As you can see, I've added some liquid liner. This one is the split liner from Glisten Cosmetics in the shade Carrot Cake. So I've used the lighter side. It's like light orange. It's very similar to the light matte that we used. And then I put on my Thrill Seeker mascara and this Dermaco Summer Vibes gel liner in the yellow shade. And I've also used this Rimmel Lasting Radiance concealer under my eyes, just a little bit. And that's all that we've done. I don't know if the wings are even because I have two mirrors here, and in one it looks good and in the other it looks really weird. So hopefully it's okay. And yeah, I really like these shimmers. I think those orangey goldy ones are a lot better than this one. And last thing that we're gonna try today is the liquid highlighter in the shade Solar Flare. So again, it's this packaging that I've already used in the previous video, in my previous review. It looks white, the actual product. It looks white in the packaging, but when you put it on, it immediately starts looking like the shade that you wanted. I didn't put any blush, I just want to have this because it has a little bit of like orangey color. I hope you can see it. So, and the blush that I would use is kind of orange, so I just feel like let's just use the highlighter and see how it's gonna look like. And it has like orange to gold shift. I really hope you can see how it looks from different angles, but I can definitely see the shift. And yeah, this one is very like warm toned. The other one was more cool toned, going to a little bit of gold. I think it's called Flying Comet, the other one that I have. And this one is very, very warm and perfect for summer. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you can see something. I might try to like go a little bit closer. Yeah, it's very, very shiny, but it's not like, you don't look like clown, you know, it's still wearable. Those are all the products that I wanted to try. The only thing left is this powder highlighter. This one is a Chromazone Multichrome highlighter in the shade Lucid, and it has like pink, green and gold shift, but it looks mostly pink, at least when I was trying it. It's in the same like packaging as the palette, and it's more like pink to gold. So I will try that tomorrow, just this one with another palette. I'm back with the last look, and today I'm wearing the Serpent palette from Makeup Beauty Shop in collaboration with Martha's Makeup, and I'm also using this Sweet as Can Be palette from Colourpop, and I have the Colourpop eyeliner. This one is in Major Inspo. It's like a pinky eyeliner. I don't even know if you can see it. And a pink gel liner from Uden's Eye. This is the number 1. It's like a very bright bubblegum pink. And I did this look because I want to try this Chromazone SHEGLAM from SHEGLAM. Again, I only have concealer under my eyes. It's the same one that I used in the other videos, and I'm wearing no like foundation or anything. So let's try to pick it up and let's see. So when I look straight, I can see like gold shimmer a little bit, but not too much, and then I move and it's like very like light pink color, very like white based pink. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that much of the multichrome there. I feel like maybe if I use like blush underneath this, because I have no blush on, but maybe if I used it with like, I don't know, more like warm toned blush, maybe the gold or the green would kind of pop a little bit more, but so far I can mainly see the pink there and then slightly the gold color. When it comes to reviewing what I wore yesterday, the look that I've made with this palette, the orangey one, I really liked it, even though it was kind of more neutrally than I normally go for, but the shimmers lasted really well. They definitely lasted better than this shimmer. I didn't notice any creasing throughout the day, so it worked really well, and the mattes also lasted the whole day. and nothing moved. Then for the Solar Flare highlighter, the liquid one, also lasted all day and everything was fine. I'm wearing the same brows as yesterday. I've used the same product and again, like it, everything works okay. It's not too hard to use. I don't think I've spent more time on it today than when I do, like when I use my normal products. So definitely like it, like everything that I've tried. And the lip oil, I really like that one. I feel like my lips stayed hydrated for a very long time. It was very comfortable. It didn't run anywhere. It didn't felt like too oily or too sticky, and it was very comfortable. So I think I like everything that I've tried so far. I'm trying to think if there was something that I wouldn't wear anymore or that I wouldn't use, but I've liked all of the products that I've tried. Probably the only complaint is that the lip oil has a little bit of a bigger applicator for me, and I have to figure out how to use this gel, brow gel, because the applicator is kind of like, I'm not used to this type of shape. But apart from that, I'm gonna definitely keep using all of these, and yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with them. So I'm really surprised. Even from the previous video, like I was very surprised about the quality and the fact that it's so inexpensive and it works so well and it looks really pretty. And yeah, I definitely don't have anything bad to say about SHEGLAM as a brand. I feel like a lot of their products are very fun, especially like the highlighters and blushes, and even some of the like brow products or some of the lip products. I feel like that's kind of the basic things that a lot of people want to have but don't want to spend a lot of money on, especially if you're starting with makeup. I feel like this is a good place to start. It's not it's very easy to use and you have a lot of options. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you liked it. Let me know if you've tried any of these products and what do you think about them. And let me know what was your favorite product from this video or product that you would want to try. I hope you liked all these looks. I wasn't trying to do anything crazy in this video, but I hope you like them nonetheless. And I will see you soon. I'm trying to post more videos nowadays, so I hope we'll see each other soon. And I hope you have a great summer. Hope you're on a holiday or you're enjoying some kind of fun activities. And have a great day. Bye.